God, it's kind of scary. Anyways, hello. I know what you're thinking. Wow, she talks. There's something oddly hilarious about standing here and reminiscing over our collective school lives while having nearly zero social presence here. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, mums and dads, respected teachers, and our honorable principal and vice principal, I wish you all a great evening on this wonderful occasion that I think just came a little too soon, because I swear I think I was like 12 years old a couple weeks ago. But first, let's start off by giving credit where it's due. Let's be honest, our parents have always been our biggest fans and haters. I'm sure we've all gone through the dreaded dinner table math lesson with one of them before. Whether it's scolding us to study 40 hours a day or feeding us an unreasonable amount of fruit, it's safe to say that our parents will always right behind us to catch us whenever we'd fall. Maybe not anymore, maybe not now that we're older and moodier, desperate to leave the house for university dorms, but they'll always be one call away, and it's comforting to think that our parents will always wait for us when we need them the most. Mama, Baba, thank you for making me seen, even when you had to take care of a disabled child, for still making it easy, for still making it to every school play I was part of, even if you had to skip out for work. Baba, thank you for pointing out all the marks that you'd personally remove from my ICT exam that I got full marks on. And thank you for celebrating in secret when you saw my IGCSE results. Sorry, Mama snitched. Mama, thank you for making me a bowl of cereal every day without fail for 12 years straight. I will never look at a cereal box the same again. But thank you for waking up every morning when you didn't get a wink of sleep to still keep me well fed for the school day. And Zara, who isn't in this room right now, thank you for being the way that you are, because it makes for some very funny stories and some awesome college essays. To the teachers who work day and night making screening papers, then re-screening papers, and then re-screening papers, so we could make it through the board exams in relatively one piece. They tolerated our conflicts, our immature jokes, our tendencies not to tie our hair back and wear the right jackets during winter, and still doing all of that while managing to crack jokes and making the heaping textbooks feel just a little more bearable. To the staff and faculty for making the school a school, for wiping the doodles off the table every morning and ensuring our safety all the time at school every single day. To our principal and our vice principal for keeping the school up and running. Even though we didn't really get to appreciate the new addition for very long, let's appreciate what they will do for the students coming soon. Nothing would have been possible for them working at the sidelines every step of the way. And to the alumni as well for setting an example for us so we could have some semblance of an idea of what to do with our futures. And to us, let's all give ourselves a pat on the back. I didn't get to know all of you properly. Honestly, I think I met the most amount of people during my last 2 years here, but it was still all worth it. Some of you have known each other for 12 whole years, back when Glenrich wasn't Glenrich yet, being the first batch to graduate after being here from the very beginning. Others joined along the way, many migrating from a very specific school back in 11th grade. I'm glad to have met you all halfway there, or at all for that matter, because even if we all had our differences and maybe just a little too much drama, you guys were always amazing company. We might have been several handfuls to deal with, but as a certain math teacher always said, rest assured we're all lovely, lovely boys. To you all, I only have one thing to say. Well done, well played, we survived. I'll never forget the memories I made with you all. Despite having separate experiences from each other, I think we can all agree that it wasn't actually all that bad. I'm sure there are a few moments that we all share, like getting kicked out of empty classrooms during lunch or free periods, sneakily trying to eat food during class only to inevitably get caught, or having to go on a scavenger hunt just to get signatures from the teacher so we could go home early. I won't forget 7th grade when I just joined school and the endless scolding from Jasmine ma'am because we all just couldn't stop wandering outside our classrooms during short break. Or the time we were so sure that school would be out for 2 weeks only to come back to campus 2 years later. It felt as if our lives were on pause for 2 whole years, but I can't lie, we made memories there too. And I have to admit, my favorite part of campus will always be the online swimming pool. Oh God. We survived strenuous exams, a global pandemic, a whole political uprising, and worst of all, bad haircuts. And when we came back to school, masks glued over our faces and the thought of board exams looming over our heads, I thought my school life was completely over. I spoke too soon because the last 3 years of school might have been my best, and I'm already starting to miss it all. I'll miss getting told off for talking too much in class or fighting with my friends over why Kamal should draw a star on my notebook and not theirs. You guys know who you are. And also the notorious sticker craze back in 9th grade. Come on, teachers, clearly the comedian sticker was meant for me. And also making jokes during lunchtime over overpriced cafeteria food. 12th grade was in a league of its own. I just turned 18, and I swear I can feel the back pain creeping up on me already. It was fun running around for Sangeeta ma'am's signature with you all. It was fun complaining about manga with Isha ma'am, and it was really fun trying to hopelessly decide what to do for senior week, sitting and waiting and wondering whether the batch hoodies and jackets were the friends we made along the way. But the wait was definitely worth it for how well they were designed. And all of this leads us up to here, sitting in our gowns and a hat that's just a little too small for comfort. Once the night ends, we will all share one last moment cramming for our A-level exams before we set off to make our own paths. And even when we'll all be scattered around the world, with new stories to tell, despite the ups and downs of life, we will all be connected by our shared experiences here, the bitter and the sweet and the bitter. Tonight, however, I'd like to celebrate how far we've come, not just as students, but as people, one last time before we follow wherever the universe decides to take us. Batch 25, it's been an honor being part of arguably the funniest batch the school has ever seen. And even if it feels like it's all over, believe me, our lives have just begun. Thank you. Have a good evening.